It's hard to pinpoint what it is about this recipe, but I look at the image and I'm like, man, there's something really special about this image that wasn't there without it.
This is not just another mist filter.
I'm Lucas Colombo, founder and CEO of Kondor Blue. I've been a director and a cinematographer for over a decade, and everything from narrative features to commercials, short form content online, long form documentaries, episodics on broadcast television. So I heard about element filters through another colleague, another cinematographer, and then introduced me to Tucker and started dabbling with some other filters, and I thought, wow, this is pretty interesting. And this was also around the same time that we're developing our map box. So that's when I started thinking, oh, this could be a really good collaboration opportunity.
Hi, my name is Tucker. I'm the owner of Element Filters, and I helped to develop Opaline Diffusion. I felt like philosophy of Kondor Blue of being filmmaker-made products, meaning there are people who are on set and testing and experiencing these products on set, and then going back to the drawing board and creating something and like, how could this be made better? How could we alter such and such product to make it better? Gave me a really good initial impression of Kondor Blue and of Lucas.
After using the Opaline filters in a lot of shoots and realizing that I was just gravitating towards them and choosing Opaline, I realized, well, we're about to launch a map box with Kondor Blue, and what can we do to make Opaline even better? And then, pair it with our map box and put it out as a great solution for people. I know that I've used filters in the past, some ND filters that were like 2 mil thin, but they also felt somewhat fragile to me. So we're like, well, what if we take the best of both worlds? Take the Opaline recipe, we put it in a really thin 2 mil glass, and then we also put a metallic frame around it with the Kondor Blue design and aesthetic. And that's where we got thinking, yeah, we should do something here. We should collaborate and just drop not only the best piece of glass, but also the most functional piece of glass for crews all around the world.
We really wanted to make sure that Opaline was not a proprietary product, that you could still use it in any standard map box tray. So keeping the frame and the 4mm thickness, but allowing the glass to be thinner so it's much lighter weight was a big focus when creating Opaline. We really wanted to make something that was as high quality as it could possibly be, but at a more accessible cost to filmmakers. There's so many products out there that have such a cinema tax on them, and the reality is it's possible to make something that's really good and really high quality and used by people who have climbed their way up in the industry, but is more accessible than ever before. So you can buy it once at the beginning of your career and maintain it and keep it all the way up to shooting big time Hollywood movies. So it's half the thickness, a lot lighter than other filters out there, which if you're stacking a lot of them out there and going handheld, that does add up. And additionally, you're not gonna get any fingerprints on it when you're handling it with the metal frame.
Somebody wants a filter, you need it now because something's happening and you gotta move fast. And how do you do that without getting fingerprints all over it? So those days are over now because you can just grab it from the frame, stick it right in. It's also lighter than it's been before, and it's durable. So if you were to nick it or drop it even, it doesn't hit the glass first, it hits the metal first. So it's super durable. So you got all that in one.
In creating Opaline Diffusion, we tested a bunch of different diffusion filters and combinations, some with more black particles, some with more white diffusion particles, to sort of find a really good balance that we ended up really liking. And I think that putting that research in and really spending the time to curate what we wanted the look to be really shows in the end product.
Let's go on these bags.
I told you I'd find it.
What makes Opaline different from other diffusions out there is that it was crafted by cinematographers. It's not just throw another diffusion out there, get some sales, get gimmicky, try to copy the Pro Mist. It wasn't about that.
This is not just another mist filter. This filter adds that really nice glow and halation to your highlights, but also maintains your contrast and your sharpness a lot more than some other diffusion filters on the market. There's a lot of other filters where if you throw on you know, even a lower like quarter strength, you're gonna get a complete wash across your image. You're gonna lose your sharpness, you're gonna lose all of your contrast. And so we tried to add that little special glow, that special sauce that's in most diffusion filters, but without ruining the resolution, contrast, and sharpness of your image.
The way it softened the skin was nice. The way it didn't go overboard on the contrast reduction and the sharpness, but it still gave you a nice halation to it, I think made it better than any filter I've used for that purpose. It's not an effects filter. I wouldn't call it an effects filter where it's super heavy on certain thing or dream sequence or whatever. It's not. It's just like that magic kiss for that image. It's like gives you a little bit of that glow, makes that skin better, and gives you some depth. It's hard to put your finger on exactly what it does, but that's what makes it different. That's what makes it different from the rest. I feel like the rest I can pinpoint and be like, okay, they're using Black Pro Mist or they're using the Glimmer or whatever. Some of those things I feel like I can see the filter in front of the camera. And this one kind of is invisible, but you know there's something magical about it.
Opaline is a really great choice for cinematographers if you want one more tool in your tool belt to make your footage stand out from the rest.
Cinematography is an art, and it's all up to, you know, your opinion and what you like to see in your image. It's subjective. It's an art, so you'd have to test it for yourself.